Let's go through that all-age stakes. It is quality, isn't it? A lot of the form coming out of the TJ Smith when Nature Strip was always able to dominate from the front. In behind, we saw a pretty good run from Tafana, good run from Pierrata. Santana Lang was good in running second. Bivouac closed in the quickest last 600 of the race. How'd you assess it?
Yeah, the last 4 winners of this race come through the TJ, and I expect that to be the case again this year, just looking at the market alone. But it's an interesting race from a market perspective because Tafane probably was the eye catcher as far as a horse goes, out to 1,400 metres. She's untried at the distance, but she did have the fastest last 200 metres in the race, and I thought it was an outstanding run for a horse that came out of the Galaxy straight into the deep end as far as a weight for age race goes, and she measured right up in that race. And there's a little bit of sense of deja vu. Mike Maroney won this race a couple of years ago with Tavachi off a very similar campaign. She should settle a little bit closer. Opie Bossum keeps the ride. He would be jumping off after what she did there in the TJ. I think she's really hard to beat. She did open $15. She's been trimmed into about $10 now, but I still think there's a little edge. I can get her as short as 8. Outside of that, I think Bivouac is very hard to beat. He fluffed the start in the TJ and used up a lot of energy between the 6 and the 200 metres, making a dash. That had a large component of him making that last 600 metres the quickest in the race. Last 200 metres just felt the pinch a little bit, as he was entitled to. Horses can't sustain that sprint for simply that long. Then you've thrown to the mix your Pierrata's the defending champ, of course, Santana Lane. Haven't seen him much over 1,400 metres recently. The last time we did, he won the Stratty. So he's certainly going to get the trip and be thundering home again. I just don't think Barrier 1 is ideal for him, a horse that probably needs a little bit of room. And outside of that, the only horse I can probably make a case to upset that TJ crew is Dreamforce. We're a soft 5 at the moment, but we're bordering on a good 4. So a good 4 track potentially by the time the all-age rolls around. 1,400 metres kept fresh in a race where he's going to roll to the front with Nash on. That's an ideal scenario for him to run right up to his best.